The next pivot. When we return to normal, it will be a new complex situation requiring another learning curve. Hi, my name is Patricia Regier with Regier Educational Services. So the next pivot will be when we work with a blended audience, including those in person and some online. The audiences will be potentially mixed. Some organizations will not pay for mileage and hotel stays as often as before. And the learning curve of how to attend conferences online has been overcome. Many people know how to learn in a digital context, and many leaders know that it's possible to reach a wider group despite geographic distance. The next pivot will include a few transitions, and there are some things for you to consider when you design learning experiences. So starting first with that 100% in-person audience. The first transition will include facilitators who have been potentially sitting to train for half days will now possibly stand for a whole day. This is a physical aspect that we'll need to consider. Seeing and interacting with people socially in person will be very welcome to many workplace trainers and professional speakers. But interacting in person again will be different than on screen, and this may also be tiring in a new way. Some people will be exhilarated and some will be drained. So we need to consider this for how we balance things when we're planning our learning experiences and events. We will also continue to have masks on and physical distancing in many contexts, and this will require interacting without full facial expressions like in the past. Engagement activities will need to adapt and change again to include physical distancing and without the multimedia tools that have aided engagement. Include these aspects in your solutions and learning experience designs and adaptations. So a few things to consider. Firstly, continue to use some multimedia aids, such as word clouds where people can interact from their cell phone or handheld devices. People can still feel anonymous. That anonymous aspect they've been getting used to by adding a word into a word cloud or seeing it on your slide deck. Adapt your engagement activities to include physical distancing. And add hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes to your facilitator kit if you're pulling out those great tools that you used to use. And consider to embrace these opportunities to be innovative and creative. Now for the blended audience. The more complex and bigger challenge will be the audiences that include participants online and in person at the same time. You have some people in masks in the same room, and you'll have some people joining the learning experience from their computers at a distance. And it's important to engage both groups as equally as possible and have them interact with each other. So some things to consider. Look into the camera and around the room. Possibly have everyone on their computers if they're in the same room or at a distance for equal opportunities to join in polls and chat. Take care of these two different groups will require a team, including a technical producer. So consider that when you are proposing budgets and price points. Your kit will include a mic and cameras and more for blended and hybrid facilitation. So you might need to require and ask for those items if you're flying or driving to a location, or you'll need to pack more of these items. And finally, again, also continue to embrace these opportunities to be innovative and creative. Now, the third option is staying online exclusively. In some ways now, that may be an easier and simpler solution. We've adapted to online facilitation. We can continue to learn how to engage our virtual participants as platforms and multimedia tools continue to evolve. Everyone potentially has an equal voice online. However, not everyone has strong internet or high-end webcams or external mics. So everything is not equal in this experience either. But for many, the online context is where they have thrived. So we can't forget the barriers that have been overcome and the innovation that has been discovered. Don't forget to keep learning after each update on platforms. Don't get stuck again with what you know. Stay curious. Think about all the benefits of the digital learning context. And again, continue to embrace these opportunities to be innovative and creative. The next pivot, we will never be the same. And that is okay. Some people may find this difficult because they were holding on to getting back to normal again. Learning curves and challenges continue, but they will also bring opportunities for innovation and creativity to continue to be embraced. Remember to always engage a variety of learning types in your audience, regardless of the context. We shouldn't go back to the way it was because it did not serve everyone. Think about how much you have learned and how far you have come in less than 2 years. You will be able to adapt and accept future challenges, to be innovative and creative. And in order to continue facilitating engaging learning experiences, be open and hopeful. And don't forget, every audience, regardless of the context, is there to hear the content and to be engaged. Thanks for listening. This is Patricia Regier with Regier Educational Services. We are here to help you facilitate engaging learning experiences for your audiences, to turn them into participants, and to create light bulb learning moments. We have a variety of resources that will include links in the description or first comment below, including 5 ways that you can make sure that your audience, regardless of context, but especially in considering the online, digital, virtual audience, of helping them show up and stay engaged. We'll link that below of our online learning course. So thanks again.